As the sun set over the endless highways of America, three friends set off on what they thought would be a simple road trip. Jake, the spirited planner, Sarah, the practical one, and Mark, the jokester, packed their bags and loaded up the car, excited to explore the haunted locations of their favorite urban legends. They were unaware of the true horrors that lurked beyond their destination. Their first stop was a haunted motel in the outskirts of a small town known for creepy stories. Locals spoke of ghostly apparitions roaming the halls. Arriving at the motel just as twilight cast shadows across the desolate parking lot, the trio checked in, laughing nervously about the spooky history. As night enveloped the motel, they settled into their room, but soon heard strange whispers echoing down the hall. Trying to dispel their nerves, Mark suggested they take a closer look, eager to document any ghostly encounters on his phone. They crept out into the dim corridor, guided only by the flicker of a dying light bulb. Suddenly, a chilling breeze swept through, and the whispers grew louder. Seeming to come from room 13, curiosity overtook their fear as they approached the door. Jake pushed it open, revealing an eerily empty room. The floor was covered in dust, and a single old rocking chair creaked as if an invisible force had just vacated it. On the wall hung a portrait of a woman with piercing eyes that seemed to follow them. Shivers ran down their spines as they felt they were not alone. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind them. Panic set in as Mark tried to open it, but it wouldn't budge. The whispers turned into frantic cries for help, and the rocking chair began to sway back and forth. Desperate, they looked for another way out. With all their strength, they pushed against the door, praying it would yield. After what felt like an eternity, the door finally swung open, and they bolted, leaving the haunted room behind. Realizing their trip was far from ordinary, they decided to seek solace at their next destination, an abandoned amusement park rumored to be filled with lost souls. They hoped the memories of childhood joy would lighten the daunting experience of the motel. Arriving at the eerie park, they found it shrouded in fog, the Ferris wheel looming like a giant sentry over the dilapidated grounds. Mark, always looking for the thrill, dared his friends to explore the haunted maze at the center. While reluctant, Jake and Sarah followed, their apprehension growing as the joyous memories faded away. Inside the maze, they were enveloped by a profound darkness. The laughter of children echoed eerily around them, making their hearts race. Suddenly, a scream pierced the air, and they froze, unsure of where it came from. The walls seemed to close in, and they realized they were being watched. Shadows danced and ghastly figures appeared, whispering their fears back to them. Panicking, they rushed toward the exit, but the maze twisted, leading them deeper into darkness. Every corner they turned felt like a trap. Just when they thought hope was lost, they stumbled upon an old rusted carousel. Instinctively, they hopped onto the horses, hoping it would lead them to safety. As they circled around, the faces of darkened souls materialized around them, urging them to join their cursed ride. With all their strength, they leaped from the carousel and sprinted toward the exit, not looking back until they were safely outside, gasping for air. Shaken from the events, they made a pact to abandon their trip, but fate had other plans. The final stop was a rumored cursed bridge, where travelers had disappeared over the years. After much argument, against their better judgment, the trio drove to the bridge located in a desolate wooded area. As they approached, the atmosphere shifted palpably, the air thick with dread. Ignoring the warnings they had heard, they stepped out of the car, drawn to the bridge's ominous allure. Low-hanging clouds cloaked the night sky, casting an eerie light upon the wooden planks. Mr. Shadow, the 8th of July 2025, 12:39 p.m. While they walked across, a sense of foreboding washed over them. With each step, they felt an unearthly chill. Then came the laughter, childlike and malicious. Shadows emerged around them, enveloping the bridge as if spirits were dragging them into an abyss of despair. The trio squeezed their eyes shut, trying to escape the sinister clutches, but panic set in. In a flash, they dashed back towards the car, feeling cold fingers brushing against their backs. As they scrambled into the vehicle, Mark, who had fallen behind, barely managed to grab the handle before it slammed shut. The moment he was safely inside, the atmosphere shifted again. It felt as though something had followed them, but once they sped away, the feeling dissipated. Exhausted and terrified, they finally arrived back home, haunted by their encounters. They learned that some legends are rooted in truth, and the open road can harbor secrets far darker than imagined. With a laugh, they promised never to speak of the trip again. Yet each of them held on to a lingering thought. The horror was not truly behind them, and they could feel it lurking just out of sight, waiting for the perfect moment to return to their lives.